Thank you for joining us. You're still on the press, reaching you live from the nation's capital, and we're still in the studio with the youth spokesperson for Accord Party. That's in person of Comrade Samuel Danjuma. Now, I'd like to quickly take one of the papers, the nation's newspaper for today. They spoke about Bayelsa, Imo, Kogi 2023 elections. And in one of the stories on the national dailies, it says elections won't hold in 40 polling units. And it clearly stated that Kogi Central, no-go area. And then let's date it back to one of our stories on November 9th of October, which of course November 11 was the kicker of the story. It says Accord Party's candidate, who's Kogi Central. What is that? What has that got to do now that they've said some polling units have been cancelled, and we're not sure whether the Kogi Central is part of it? How does this affect your party now that they've said Kogi Central no-go areas of this morning?
I think that report was based on happenings before now. With the entry of Senator Natasha Poti, it's no more business as usual. Because before now, the governor felt he had Kogi Central on a lockdown. But no more for him. He doesn't. We've been to Kogi Central, and the reception was massive. We had a lot of people who came out and told us they were happy to have us in the state. They're happy to have my principal in the race because they feel that when he becomes governor, there'll be a sign of fresh air in the state and all that. So it's no more. I think that should be based on what the reporter felt he was seeing at that time. But now nobody can. There's nowhere that is on lockdown for anybody. No.
Okay, all right. Now speaking about the CU Kogi Central, and then I'd like you to just take these two questions in one breath. We've always had the issues of continuity with past administration and the new incoming administration. What do you have to say about that?
I think the problem we have is the past administration. Even when they leave, they feel they can still control whatever happens. And I think that's what the APC governor is trying to do. He wants to bring in someone that he can lord over, even when he's out of government. And that's not the best thing. If you've done well, allow somebody else come in on who believes in your dreams and your aspirations, who believes in your programs and your policies, and allow the person a free hand to be able to run the affairs of the state. Power, they say, is transit. So it was your time. It's the next person's time. So allow the next person have a leave of fresh air. That's it.
Speaking about leave of fresh air, there's no way we'll talk about these present governors wanting to bring in whoever they want or whom it is. And now talking about the Minister of FCT, Wike, and of course Fubara, the current governor of Rivers State. Do you think this is an antecedent as to present governors not bringing in people that they've trained or people they feel would be loyal to them? Should there be loyalty in politics? Should there be godfatherism in politics? Because this is what we're seeing play out right now. Of course, we know that the president was the godfather for some states, but then we've seen now those states have actually worked out. But then now looking at River State, Wike has openly come out to say, oh, you cannot crumble my political structure. But asking the right questions, who are you to actually have a political structure in a state and you want to scatter what a sitting governor? Who exactly is the governor? The fact that you put that man in that seat, does it mean that, oh, he should not have bearing? Shouldn't he have a say in a state that has even resulted in part of so much violence and chaos in River State right now?
The issue of Rivers, you asked me two questions. You said godfatherism and loyalty. Now, in politics, loyalty, yes. Godfatherism, no. These are two different things.
Two different things.
Now, being loyal doesn't mean when you are loyal and your principal is asking you to do what is wrong, that will not be for the betterment of the people of the state. The people's interest should override that first. That's one. The board to talk about godfatherism, I don't believe in godfatherism. I believe in mentorship. When you mentor someone, you allow them to exhibit what they have learned from you, not by lording over them. Our governors should know that. I think this boils back to our constitution. The constitution gave the governors too much power. That even when out of government, they feel they can still exercise those powers. And I think what's happening in Rivers is an example. Rivers has been a case study from 1999 till date. It has always been like this. Every governor have always fought the next governor, and it has always been like that. Now, the issue of President River, I was laughing when I heard the President Minister of FCT said that he was trying to take over his political structure, and I was like, no, that's not. He's not the governor of the state. So allow him. You can't dictate for the governor what to do. Sorry, like you said, I'm not your son that you should dictate for me. You know, there are sometimes when you give people some respect, they also respect you too. Allow this man do his job. You can always come in once in a while to advise where you feel he's not doing right, but allow him do the job.
But do you think you would have allowed him do the job, given that some persons have even come out to say, Wike fought some people because of this said person, so there's a certain level of loyalty he's expecting back from him. I'm trying to relate this now, because now that the Kogi State governor, as someone he wants to bring in at all costs, God forbid we have the same thing happen again. Now that it looks like, oh, governors want someone to come in after them, succeed them, and then after the succession, we see this clear case of so much violence and chaos because there's power tussle. The
issue of Kogi is simple. We're not going to even have the APC man succeed in his game.
You seem so confident.
Now, yes, because the people of Kogi have suffered. The people of Kogi have gone through abject poverty. People of Kogi have become, they have so demonized, they have lost human respect and dignity and human glory. Why? Because of the governor. People no more eat. I get to the village, the mates of my father are saying, oh my dad, that's your son, I'm your son. My father's mate is telling me he's my son because he expects that I've come home and I came with something, he's going to get something from me. That's the worst of it. Kogi has not been this bad. My question to every Kogi is this, every Kogite is this. Have your life been better now than it was 7.5 years ago? If no, then there's no way Bello is going to succeed. The same man, he's the accountant, was the Auditor General of the state. They were the same people who went about the screening thing that cost the lives of a lot of people of Kogi State, going from screening there and there. A lot of people lost their job. A lot of people have not been paid. Somebody told me that before now, a level 8 was earning 54,000 naira. Now they're earning 24,000. No. So the issue of Kogi is not even rising in this. There's not even going to be a Abolo tutelage in Kogi, in government house. It's not going to happen. And we're not going to have, government house is not a place where you train people to know what to do. We want people who are experienced, people who know what to do from the first day in government. And there's no other person than the candidate of my party, my principal, Vice Admiral Usman Jibril, retired. So there's the issue of Bello going to have somebody succeed him is dead on arrival. And we're happy. That's why I said I was happy having a Natasha now at the central, because this has shown that Bello can be defeated. And Bello will be defeated in these elections. Okay, all right. Now, let's move to the security aspect for the forthcoming election. What do you think the security agencies are doing well, and what do you think they're not doing properly right now? That let's talk about it prior to the election, so it doesn't get to the election day. And I think most of these people, they've learned from the past elections where we saw so much violence, and we had election observers say the past election was not all that peaceful. Meanwhile, Nigerians have come to refute, or some parastatals agencies, even INEC has come out to refute and say, oh, it was a peaceful election, but we know better. But then I'd like to get your own opinion about security, not just insecurity for the people, but security for or plans for security towards the election. We could see that prior to now, we're saying Natasha was a fighter, because we said that even days before the election, they bulldozed some part of the road leading to this thing, which of course begs the question, how safe are the people? The people of Kogi are in safe hands. I told you before now that the past few days there have been a lot of deployment of military personnel into Kogi State, and the place is becoming peaceful because Kogi, like I said before now, is known for violence, and the present chief of CNC, the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has told everybody, has told the world that this off-cycle elections is going to use it as an example that elections can be credible, fair, free and peaceful. And I know with his actions in the past few days, Kogi election is going to be a peaceful one. I want to take you back memory lane. In 2015, before the elections, the general elections, it was postponed for two weeks. 2 weeks. My principal was chief of naval staff then. He was one of the person who advised the president that he should postpone the elections, and they should be able to tackle the issue of the Boko Haram, and they were able to do it and push them as far as just 2 local governments before the election. So for this election, it's going to be a peaceful one. Certainly, it's going to be a peaceful one. Okay, let's go on this quick break. When we return, the polity continues.